removing, archiving, and deleting members. So there are a number of ways that you can treat members when you want to remove them from your team, and that's either temporarily or permanently. So let's talk you through those options. So firstly, let's talk about removing a player from your team or a member from your team. So go to Manage, click on the team that you want to remove them from, go to Members in the Admin Center, and that will list the players under that team. So select the member that you want to remove, and here you'll have a number of options. I'm looking at the ones at the bottom here. You've got two options: remove from team and delete from team. So don't worry, you get warning messages for each one, but just to explain those, removing from the team is temporary. So effectively, this member's no longer active for your team. They might play for another team within the club, but for some reason you want to remove them from your team. Now, it will stop them showing as a player on your team website, stop them cluttering up your squad list, for example, and they won't appear in any of the player drop-down lists, for example, squads and stats, etc. But it will retain any historical stats that you've put on the site, which is good. So you might want to retain the historical stats, but not see them in future team selections, etc. So this is the option that you would use. So effectively remove them from the team, but it doesn't delete them completely. And the alternative is to delete them completely. Now this is at team level, so you can delete them from the team. Again, the warning light will come up, the warning message will come up to say this will permanently delete this member from your team. It will also delete all their data associated historically with the team, and if they were admin, any kind of news, etc. that they added as an administrator as well. So effectively permanently deleting from the team. It won't remove them from the club, we'll talk about that shortly, but from this team it will delete them. So click confirm if you wanted to do that. Okay, so that's the team options. Now let's go back to the club management admin center to talk you through another two options. So if you wanted to archive a player, you do this at the member level, at the club level. So for example, if you wanted to choose a member, Greg here, you've got two options. You've got archive member and delete member. So archiving is effectively to delete a member from all current activity to do with the club across all teams. So it effectively hides them from the website. They sit in the background. All their stats are retained historically, so they'll still show historically in your season stats, etc. But they just won't be seen in any squad lists, stat lists, etc. So use this if a player leaves the club, for example, but he's still associated, and potentially in the future, it's ideal if maybe somebody comes back to the club in a season or 2 seasons, maybe they go traveling, then you can archive them here. Again, it explains what archiving means. So confirm that you want to archive them. And there's a toggle here which it says show archived members. So it will default to showing just active members, but if you click on that toggle, again, you'll see here Greg in Club Archive. And if you wanted to bring him out of the archive at any time, you just simply unarchive member and he's back, and he will show on the website and all the drop-down lists, etc. So ideal if somebody's going away from the club for a period of time. It may be permanently, but it just means that you're not permanently deleting them from the site. You can put them in the archive, and if they come back at a future date, reactivate them, unarchive them, and all their stats are retained as well for future history. So that's archiving member. Of course, if you wanted to delete somebody permanently from the club, then you go into the club admin section, you find them as a member, and you permanently delete them. This will delete them from all teams, anything that they've done within the club, any stats, any news that they've posted as an administrator will be deleted. There'll be no sign of them. So that is absolutely permanent. So use that only if you want it to be permanent. And again, it will give you that warning before you click that. So hopefully that will help future-proof the site. It will stop your site getting cluttered with members that are no longer playing. So you can simply either delete them from the team, archive them, or delete them permanently. So you've got plenty of options there. Hope that helps. Any queries, then just get in touch with us via Twitter or Instagram at theclubhq1. Thanks a lot.